Hi, everybody. I'm Gary Salazar, the Associate Dean of Extended Studies Adult Education, and welcome to CSU Pueblo Extended Studies podcast, Wolf Tracks. We are in a 20-minute conversation where we talk about amazing programs, people, and just projects that are going on in our community, things that we get to work with, and it's such a joy. We want to highlight areas where people are informed about educational opportunities, collaborations, opportunities that they can get into or learn more. We want to help our communities. We want to help you find ways to grow and become better. And better is great. You don't have to be great right away. You can be better on the way towards that. So this is what we try to do. We record these and we post them on our YouTube channel. And then we also send the link out through other media as well. I want to tell you that I'm very thankful that we have a guest with us today from one of our programs. We'll talk about health science, and her name is Annie-Lise Carlson. She goes by the name of Annie, and she's been so gracious to join us, probably in her busy time. It's certainly busy here as well, to participate and talk to us about health science and how it helped and got her to where she is. She is a graduate from Colorado State University Pueblo with a health science bachelor degree, with a minor in public health. She'll straighten me out if I'm wrong. And she's currently working with Pueblo County Public Health and Environmental Health Promotion, I think. I'll turn it over to you in a second. You can get me straight on this thing, but we're so gracious. She's been so gracious to be a part of this and help us out. We want to use this information to help all of you out there who are curious about what is this? Is this something I'd be interested in? And here's a person who's living that dream. So that's what we're going to go with. Annie, I'm going to turn this over to you. If you would take a moment to say hello and tell us a little bit about you and your background. Hey, when you graduated and what you're doing today.
Okay. Well, I'm Annie Carlson. I have a degree in health science and public health. I am working at the Pueblo Department of Public Health and Environment. It is a big mouthful.
Oh, yeah.
We love our acronyms in public health, so we can always go by PDPHE. I am a health promotion specialist here, and I work we have a lot of different programs at the health department, and one of the programs is Communities That Care. And Communities That Care is all about decreasing youth substance and problem behaviors. So we use an evidence-based program called Communities That Care to do this, and we work to um, increase we work to decrease risk factors and increase protective factors in a youth's life, otherwise known as prevention science. So I do a lot of work in prevention.
Wow, wow, that's a lot of words. I'm glad you said that
I
because there's no way I would have gotten through that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, this is cool, and I appreciate you're saying that you came through our program. If we could kind of start there first. Why were you interested in health science to begin with?
Well, it was just one of those things that I think I went to PCC, so I went to Pueblo Community College for my associate's degree. I was really interested in English and literature. And then when I was getting ready to go to CSEP, I kind of wanted to shift, and I knew Dr. Faust. So I met with her, and she was, I think at the time, she was just a professor. I think she's the dean now. Um, but I met with her, and she told me about her program, and it really spoke to me. I had always grown up dancing, so I think that health had always been in the back of my mind because it's a really big thing for dancers.
Hmm.
Um, so I mean, I honestly didn't know anything about health science. I didn't know anything about public health when I went and met with her. And as I got immersed into the program and started taking the courses, I was like, man, I really like this. This really suits me. So yeah, it just kind of happened without me trying to make it happen.
Wow, that's great. What and a lot of us come into things we're not certain, but somebody has a conversation that piques our interest, and it always leads in fantastic ways. So good on you for following through with that. And Dr. Carol Faust, we had a podcast with her earlier. She talked about health science and all the things. She is an amazing person. So
Yes.
you're in good company with that. All right.
Yeah, she's one
So
of my
you
favorite
came,
people.
are you from Pueblo? Or I forgot to check on that with you earlier. Are you from here or in the rural region? Where do you hail from?
So I moved to Pueblo when I was about 9. So I've been here most of my childhood and all of my adult life. I am a native Coloradan, which I wear that proudly. Yeah, I claim Pueblo as my hometown for sure.
Awesome, awesome. So cool, and glad you said that. There's a lot of people here in southern Colorado who will probably see this. People in particular in our rural area. So thank you for going that way. All right, so we got a little bit about your background. You went into this degree program. It was a bachelor's degree. It was what, 4 years in duration for you?
It was 2 years for me because I'd
Two.
already gotten my associate's
You
degree.
have your
But yeah,
associate
so
degree.
two
Yeah.
years at CSUP.
Okay, so that's cool. So you were able to take on prior education, go for a 2 year completion, get your background, get your degree in health science. But it has a concentration area, which is that public side of that too. When I said a concentration area, for you, would you say something about what does that mean to you? Because when you were taking the degree program, 2 years, you had classes you had to take related to public management or something in that field?
Yeah, so I can't think of how many credit hours a minor is off the top of my head, but it was just a certain amount of courses, a certain number of courses that I had to take in public health.
Okay,
Um, so I took, let me think, maybe 8 courses
8 courses.
in public health. So yeah, that's what the emphasis is.
All right, super. And your class sizes, how did you take your classes? Were they on campus? Were they online correspondence? How did you do your classes?
When I started, it kind of was spread out. So when I started in 2019, I was in person, fully in person. And then with COVID, of course, we transitioned to being online. And then after that, I kind of transitioned to being like more hybrid. So
Okay.
that's how I finished out. I did some in person and then some in online.
Yeah, that is so sweet. I mean, it shows that people come in different ways, and take advantage of the flexibility of different venues of being able, hey, I can go to class, I can do this online, I can do a little bit of both. That's wonderful, and it
Yeah.
shows the flexibility of the university being able to meet the needs of our adult learners out there. So thank you for that. And you are a May graduate. Did I say that already? You graduated this past May.
Yep.
Awesome, awesome,
Yeah.
awesome. And now you're working in the field you got a degree in. Can you tell us a little bit about your job, which is in health promotion, and maybe talk about what you do on a regular basis?
Yeah. Oh gosh. It's so much. So I actually got this job last year before I graduated. Um, and health at the health department, a lot of the health promotion specialists, we work on grants. So that is something that kind of when I transitioned from the school world to the public health world, I wasn't really it was new to me. So I started working on a particular grant, and really with grant work, it's just learning about your grant, what your deliverables are, what you need to do, what the activities are, tracking your budget. So when I first started, it was I was in charge of 2 projects. One of them was Communities That Care has youth advisors.
Mhm.
And so we were wanting to build the capacity of our youth advisors and really help them um, gain some skills in grant writing and grant making. So I really oversaw a project with them where they subawarded funds to different agencies here in Pueblo who work with youth to kind of like spread our reach out into the community. So that was such a cool process because it
Yeah,
was youth led. I was really just guiding them. But they, they did all the work. I was like the facilitator of the work. So that was a big project on that grant. And then as I kind of finished that grant for a year, I got put on a different grant. I'm fully on community site care. So now I'm working on that grant. And really the activities with that are, like I mentioned earlier, we have a community board, and we all work to, we bring people together that have the same goal for decreasing youth substance and alcohol abuse and risky behaviors.
Mhm.
So we bring all of those players together and, like the day-to-day work. I think what I really like about this particular job in public health is that your day-to-day is different. It's just like you don't know, it's not the same day every day. We have meetings some days, or we're, working on a particular project another day, going out and meeting with community members. It's a lot, but and we're busy all the time, but it's great.
That's cool. When you say community members, can you give me a geographic size? Are we just talking about the city of Pueblo? Are you talking county outside Pueblo? Are you talking beyond that? Do you work with other counties? Can you scope that for us a little bit?
Yeah. So we really focus on Pueblo County. So we have a coalition of 50 plus community partners. And it's individuals that work in the nonprofit sector, people who work in uh, like after school programs like the Boys and Girls Club, or education. So we bring together a lot of different people for our coalition. So those are our community members, but then we're also, as a coalition, we're working with the whole county, the Pueblo County youth. And that's really our target demographic.
What a wonderful thing to be doing too. Um, this particular field that you're in, to me, and gotta school me here, this seems like it'd be pretty good around the state. I mean, you would have this kind of a need, these kinds of positions everywhere around the state. So the field of health science, and in this case, public health, um, would I be correct in saying that everywhere in southern Colorado, around Colorado, there's a need for this? Is that right?
Yes, yeah. I mean, I think that most counties have a health department, and if there isn't one in their county, there's one close by.
Mhm.
And there's so much to do in public health. Like, I am in prevention, but there's so much just in public health that you can do. Um, and then my particular program that I'm working with, community site care, is all over the country. It's all over the world. So if someone had a particular interest in working in community site care, they could do it all over the country.
Nice, very nice. And just trying to bring some of that back together here. And then I got a special question for you, but you got into this, you came to this university, you attended the health science program, got a degree, and now you're doing a job in this here. You came and you're a Coloradan, and you came here for this, and we were working in our county, but this can also happen everywhere else. So if I was over in Telluride, Colorado, on the far western side of the state in the mountains there, pretty rural. Montrose, I think, is around there, Cortez, and that side. What you do here would also potentially be something that is being done over there. Is that right?
Yes. Yeah.
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 So if somebody's watching this podcast, and Annie, and they go, well, I want to learn more about that, but I'm over here in southwestern Colorado, because you also did some online, they could still get the work done online and get the degree that way if they wanted to, or they can go hybrid perhaps with some travel or something. They could still do that, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
amazing. That is so amazing to me. I had to walk to school every day, and it was there. I had to go to school, and now we have this
Yeah.
amazing technology that lets us do that. Cool,
Yeah.
so cool. Oh, real quick, when you first came into the program, you're obviously working with Dr. Faust. Was it tough to get into the program, enrolling all the administrative requirements? Or did you find challenges with that, or was it okay?
Oh gosh, it was a while ago. I don't think I had any any challenges. It's pretty straightforward.
Mhm.
I think it was really, nice for me that I knew someone already
Yeah.
that was working in the program, so I got some really great information and met with her ahead of time to learn more before I settled on that degree. Um, so yeah, I think it was a really smooth process.
Oh, very cool. And let's see, if I recall right, you had your associate's degree already and you went into the bachelor's degree, so you just had 2 years, but there were no other qualifications that you needed, were there?
No, because for me, because I had that associate's degree from PCC, like I didn't have to submit any other test scores or anything
Nice,
like that.
nice,
So it
yeah.
was, yeah, just had to transfer um my transcripts and that was it.
Yeah, perfect. Really, really cool. In what you've been working for a while since you were working there before you got your degree, and now you have that, and you're in a fantastic spot that gives you new things to do every day. So it's all unique. Do you have any favorite experiences that you've already garnered in your short time there? Is there anything you'd like to say, hey, this is wonderful. This was a neat thing that we did. We did as a team. I learned it. Is there anything special that you look back at already and say, wow, that was cool?
Oh man, I think yeah, there's definitely some. I think that that first grant that I worked on, it was a year-long grant, but it had already been kind of going for about a month or so when I started. So I had like 11 months to get all of that work done. And I
Mm.
would just say that I'm really proud of the youth advisors that we have here, the CTC team and myself because we got a lot of work done in 11 months. And I think the coolest thing is that we subawarded $129,000 to youth serving agencies here in Pueblo. And at the end of that, we got to hear from those organizations that were awarded funding about the work that they did.
Mhm.
Um, and so it was just so cool because it was, it was after school programs, there was mentoring programs, it was mental health programs, gang prevention programs. So we got to hear about all of this work that was being done that the youth advisors here funded. And kind of I mean, I think it just we through the sub award process, we reached over 1,000 youth here in Pueblo.
Oh, that's
Um,
cool.
yeah, so it was a really cool first job. Like I can't even imagine a cooler job where you're just like, wow, that's amazing. Um, so yeah, I think that that was huge, and I think it was one of the best learning experiences of my life for sure.
Super. Good on you for doing that. Good on you for having that fantastic memory. We'll be closing this podcast up shortly, but if somebody said, I want to get into this field, I want to learn more about this. I liked the podcast. Annie, would you be open to taking a call or an email from somebody that was interested? Because you got this great experience now following the degree, and you're heading down a fantastic track. Would you be open to communicating with them and talking to them more about whatever questions they have and the experience you've had?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
What will be the best way for them to reach out to you? And certainly they can come through us and we can connect them as well.
Yeah, and, best way to reach me is definitely by email. My email is Carlson A, so CARLSONA at pueblocounty.us.
Nice, very, very nice. Well, thank you. So everybody has got that already. I mean, what a fantastic area to begin exploring if you're even thinking about this. Here's a young lady with an idea who's done a lot of dancing, native Coloradan, has gone through a fantastic educational experience with an associate degree, and then moved on to get her bachelor's degree. And it's just it's a pleasure to hear you talk about that, and particularly because you're enjoying what you're doing and you're having such a big impact on our community. And that impact can be held, that could take place in any one of those regions around our state too. So thank you for sharing with us on that. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. We've reached the end of our podcast, everybody, and thanks to Annie Carlson, who works at the Pueblo County Public Health and Environment Department. I'm close. I'm in the area.
Close. That was close. Very close.
She came through CSU Pueblo, got her bachelor's degree in health science, and now she's applying it in a really needy field, helping out a lot of people, youth, learning new things herself. What a great story to have. For anybody who's interested in that, I invite you to reach out and let's get you connected and learn more about that. Annie, thank you so much for talking with us today. Probably have a very busy schedule. I appreciate you making that time. For those of you out there who are listening to the podcast at Extended Studies, you know, we believe that everybody should have the opportunity to attend a school or get their education in the way that works best for them. And we offer a variety of ways. We have, you know, some in classroom, we have correspondence, we definitely have some online, my favorite as well. But they offer you flexibility to help meet your educational goals, or even if it's just you want to learn something new or neat, it'll help you move up in your position. You know, I hope that you will consider us here at Extended Studies in whatever you're looking for. You can reach us at our website, CSU Pueblo, csupueblo.edu/online, or you can give us a call at 719-549-2100. And thank you for joining us here on Wolf Tracks. Everybody, stay cool out there and be safe.